So there are a few common situations that the GMAT likes to test involving inscribed shapes. And what inscribed means is a shape inside a shape. So if you say a circle inscribed inside of a square, it means the circle is inside of the square and that it is touching the square at all of these points. And in this situation, an extra piece of information you should be aware of is that the diameter of the circle is exactly the same as the length of one of the sides of the square. This is useful because if they give you something like the area of the circle is 4 pi, and they ask you for the area of the square, from this we know that pi r squared equals 4 pi, and the r must be 2 because it can't be a negative value, so it can't be -2. And then we could say, okay, if the r is 2, then the diameter is 4, which means each side of the square is 4, which means the area of the square is 16. So that's the additional information you receive when you see a picture or when you receive information about a shape being inscribed in another shape, specifically a circle inside of a square. Now when a square is inside of a circle, we get extra information as well, but it's a little bit more confusing. In this situation, the diameter of the circle is the diagonal of the square. Because if you drew across the center like this, you'd notice that the sides of the square don't quite reach the sides of the circle. So the diagonal of the square is the same as the diameter of the circle. And in a square, the diagonal of a square, as we've said before, is x root 2 if the sides of the square are sides length x. So half of that, or x root 2 over 2, is going to be equivalent to the radius. Now, in a triangle inscribed in a circle, if the triangle has one side that goes through the diameter, it is guaranteed that this exterior angle here is a right angle. And you can figure this out using the rule about arcs that we talked about in another video. But basically, if you have a triangle inscribed inside of a circle where one of the lengths of the triangle is the diameter of the circle, it is guaranteed to be a right triangle. And that means you have a little bit more information knowing that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, etc. And that's really useful in certain data sufficiency questions as well.